Are you tired of applying to hundreds of jobs and hearing nothing back? If so, then stick around because I'm about to share my experience as a former executive level recruiter to debunk several job myths that are probably holding you back. Now, in today's job market, you don't need to look hard to find advice about job searching. But if I was starting out my job search, I would certainly want to be aware of these common misconceptions, as I know I used to be guilty of believing some of them and falling into these traps when starting out in my career. So I used to think that if I cast the net wide, something would stick. And a lot of people I speak to struggling to secure a position fall into this trap too. They're applying for everything, believing this is a quick way to get a positive result. But doing this often has the opposite effect and you actually end up securing less interviews, and here's why. By applying for multiple positions, you're unlikely to be qualified for all of them. And I used to see this all the time when working as a recruiter. Candidates would apply to every position I had advertised, hoping they would get noticed. But in reality, they weren't really suitable for any of them. And if they were, it wasn't made clear on their resume, so they ended up getting overlooked. Their lack of direction went against them, which is why this doesn't work. And you should be tailoring certain parts of your resume for each and every position you apply for. Now, if you are just firing out loads of applications, applying to everything, you're unlikely to hit the mark with any of them. So instead of applying to 30 or 50 jobs a week, pick 5 that you are a really good fit for and tailor your resume accordingly, highlighting your relevant skills, experience, and qualifications. Now, this doesn't need to take hours, and when you know what you are doing, you could do this in as little as 2 minutes to make those all-important tweaks needed to secure those interviews. Next, take the time to reach out to the hiring manager directly. Another belief I used to have was that I should follow protocol. The company has advertised the position online and therefore this is how I need to apply. But in reality, the figures around people getting hired through online applications is significantly lower than those that reach out directly or those that get referrals. Studies suggest that cold applications have a hiring rate of around 1 to 3%. Now, as a hiring manager, I get it. When hiring, I have a problem to solve. So if someone lands in my inbox clearly outlining how they can fix my problems, I'm going to want to pick up the phone and speak to them, right? So when you're applying to a job, tailor your resume for that position and then identify the hiring manager and send them a short message highlighting your relevant experience and asking if they would be open to a conversation. Now, if you're not sure on how to identify the hiring manager or what you should say when you reach out to them, then I have 2 videos to help. So after this video, go check out how to contact hiring managers effectively and the 3-sentence cover letter. And please do make sure that you like and subscribe, as this will really help me keep creating content to help you get hired. Okay, next, let's talk about job requirements. Now, job descriptions can be lengthy and overwhelming with a laundry list of criteria. However, as a recruiter, I can tell you that not all requirements hold equal weight. Often, only a few of them are truly relevant to the hiring manager. Now, these might include specific years of experience in a particular expertise, industry, or job function. So it's crucial to pay attention to the wording and understand what the core requirements are. Once you understand this and you can showcase how you have these core skills and that your experience is relevant, you will start securing more interviews. Remember, it's all about showcasing your strengths and tailoring them to the specific role you're applying for. Now, when reviewing job descriptions, go through the requirements or qualifications needed using a traffic light system to honestly assess your suitability. So going through each bullet point, give yourself a green if you have the skill or qualification or experience, amber if you have limited experience, and red if you don't meet the requirement. Then go through and see how many colors you have on the page. Now, if it's mostly amber and red, then spend the time looking for something more suitable. Now, take a look at those green and amber requirements. If you are amber on crucial requirements such as education or years of experience, it may be worth moving on. Common sense needs to come into this to decipher how important that skill is. For example, let's consider a job listing for a general surgeon position with the following requirements. So they need a medical degree from an accredited accredited institution and a minimum of 5 years experience performing robotic assisted surgery. Now, let's say you are the patient. Would you prefer Dr. John with 20 years of general experience but 0 experience performing robotic assisted surgery? Or would you prefer Dr. Jane with only 10 years of experience but 7 years of that is specifically in robotic assisted surgery? Now, I don't know about you, but I would certainly prefer Dr. Jane with her 7 years of experience over someone doing this for the first time. Now, this doesn't take away from Dr. John's capabilities as a surgeon. It just means for this specific position, he wouldn't be a good fit and should spend his time looking for something more in line with his general surgery experience. Now, if you've got mostly greens on the page, ask yourself, can I clearly demonstrate and display these skills, experiences, and qualifications in my resume in a way that someone who doesn't know you could clearly see you meet the requirements of the job description? Now, a lot of people struggle with this, which is why I offer one-to-one coaching through my Career Growth Accelerator program. Now, not only do I show you what it is you should be putting in your resume, but I also help you optimize your LinkedIn, build a personal brand, and prepare for those all-important interviews when they start rolling in. To help you out, I have also put together a free resume template that will set you up for success. So I'll pop a link to that below, as well as a link to the program. So remember, the devil is in the detail. Overlooking the keywords that are in the job description and not highlighting them in your resume will lead to your application not being taken any further. Now, don't forget to watch the 2 videos I mentioned earlier, which you can click on here, and I'll see you there.